Welcome Sanjeevni to the episode of Spree Talks from CS Spree, a platform where we live, love and learn psychology. In this podcast, I, Bhumi Srivastav, the founder and the host of today's podcast, will talk about art therapy. Welcome. So, can you walk us through your journey of being a psychologist and an art therapy practitioner?
Yes, definitely. I think before that, I'll just keep it as an introduction of myself as well, because this journey is something that defines me and the work that I do. So, let's go back to where it all started in my bachelor's. So, I was never aiming to become a psychologist, to be precise, but then the first psychology lecture happened and I was in love with the subject. I read a lot of different books. जितनी books पढ़ी उतना interesting लगा. And then I did my masters that is needed, and after that I started working as a pro bono psychologist first, because that is an important step before we move on to become a psychologist. That is what happened with the journey of me being a psychologist. Now let's understand कि art therapy practitioner बनी तो बनी कैसे, why this happened and everything.
Yes, definitely.
So I am someone who enjoys art a lot. If you are someone who have followed my page or even know me personally, you know I love art. And I have been doing art since the age of I think 11, 12, and I have been doing it very constantly. Like it has been that escape for me. And when lockdown happened, I was sure that I wanted psychology, but I was sure that I wanted art in my life as well. How can I combine both of these things together? And that made me to sit down and research. I did my research. I figured out कि किस तरीके से I can combine both the subject, the core matters, and create a career out of my hobby. And that's where I worked around it, understood that if I need that experience, that this thing exists. Art therapy is something that exists basically. If I need that experience, let's do a diploma so that I understand what it is. Because I only know art from a perspective of drawing. But I want to inculcate it together with psychology. So it's important for me to understand that.
Definitely.
So I did a diploma, I worked with art therapists, understood how I can take art therapy and indulge it in my own sessions as well, and that's how the journey began for me to be an art therapy practitioner. And I think it's still going on. I'm still learning. The learning is never gonna stop, but I have a certain part of art therapy in my practice, and it is always going to be there.
Wow. So you definitely did inspired us, and not from being to being a psychologist. Like it was never a plan.
Yes, exactly.
So unplanned decision. Great. It was truly insightful. So to continue about knowing about art therapy more. So what is art therapy according to you, and how is it different from the traditional psychometric therapy in India?
Okay. I think art therapy, as I explained pehle bhi, language has that barrier, and art therapy crosses that barrier.
Definitely.
Art therapy gives you that space where you can just be yourself, you can vent out, you can explore what you're feeling. Sometimes we are not sure what we are feeling as well, and sometimes it's, I think सबके साथ हुआ होगा कि किसी ने अगर पूछा है कि how you are feeling, ऐसा लगा होगा मुझे ही नहीं पता, मैं तुम्हें कैसे बताऊं. वो question arise होता है, and I think art gives you that space to explore what you're feeling, because at one time you can feel a lot of different emotions and you don't have to label your emotions, but you need that space to just let it out. Art can work in that way. Another very major thing, I think it works really well when you combine it with the psychotherapy, the talk therapy that we do as a psychologist, and it works wonder in that sense as well, because you are providing that space to the another person, and it's just not the space that you give to the client in the therapy session.
Definitely.
But they take it out of the session as well in their daily life. It's very similar to journaling, but it's there's something called art journaling as well.
Yes.
Like it's a separate topic, we'll talk about it sometimes, but yeah, it's, you're just giving a skill to your client. You're just giving a skill to your client to go and practice it in their daily life, because therapy is going to be for a certain period of time, but after that they can have this resource with themselves as well. And another thing that I feel where art comes in is when we talk about having a conversation with a child, with a person who may not be very vocal, that's where art therapy also comes very handy, because for children you cannot just make them sit and talk. Some will talk, but most of them will not. But this gives them the creative
Freedom.
space to, you know, indulge in art and then create a bond with you. So I think that's also where art therapy is important and comes to the picture.
Okay, I don't know if it's a myth or not, but I've seen most of the people जिनका जैसे जिस टाइप का उनका मूड होगा, even kids, specifically kids, तो उस टाइप के कलर्स पिक करेंगे. Like, is it it's a myth और ये होता है आर्ट थेरेपी में?
See, I wouldn't. There's a lot of conversation around color therapy as well, and ये भी मैंने देखा है कंटेंट एंड एवरीथिंग कि अगर ब्लू है तो ये स्पेसिफिक चीज़ है. आई डोंट लिमिट माई सेल्फ टू दैट. आई फील every color have very different meaning for you. For me, red can be love. For you, red can be anger. I don't limit it to that. You can definitely take the space when a person has painted something. You can definitely take the space and ask them ki, why have you used this color? What is this color representative of for you? And questions like that, and explore what the color means to them, rather than just labeling that this color should mean this. That is my way of going about it, and I think that gives your client a lot of space to be vocal about their perspective in a very indirect manner as well.
Definitely. So, आपके according, what are few benefits of like taking art therapy, and who can benefit specifically?
Okay, before this question, I just want to clarify something, क्योंकि जब मैं benefits की बात करेंगे, benefits can come in your real life as well. जैसे मैंने बोला कि clients take it out of the sessions as well. There's a difference between therapeutic art making and art therapy. Art therapy is kind of a psychotherapy which can only happen with a professional trained person, and therapeutic art making is something that we do on regular basis. We do doodling, we do just random drawings, or just, you know, painting what we are thinking as well, and that comes in as therapeutic art making, and that is something that anyone can do anywhere where they are comfortable. And I think both has very specific benefits that comes along with the practice that we take. It gives you space. The biggest benefit of all is it gives you that space where you are comfortable, where you feel heard, because you will not expect a response from the art, but you are just letting out your emotions. There's no one who will judge you. There's no one besides you. You are just with yourself at a comfortable space, letting out what you are feeling. It gives vision to what you are thinking. It gives meaning to what you are feeling. And I think the major thing of all is, as I mentioned, कि vent out होता है. That will regulate your emotions. That will de-stress you as well. So I think ये एक major जो repetitive benefits होते हैं ना, कि एक certain kind of benefit जो मिलेगा, these can be some benefit, and otherwise जैसे हमने conversation की कि बहुत different लग सकता है हर इंसान के लिए, it will look different as well. But these are some things that comes along when you do art, even if it's in a art therapy session or outside as well, outside world also. And it's just not about डूइंग आर्ट. ज़रूरी नहीं है कि आपको पेन उठा के कुछ करना भी है. When you observe art, जैसा आपने पहले भी बोला कि म्यूजियम में you had that perspective, right? You may have never thought about that perspective if you wouldn't have seen that painting. Yeah. So just appreciating art around us as well is something that matters.
Definitely. And art does give, and आपने स्पेसिफिकली थेरेप्यूटिक एंड थेरेपी का जो बहुत नीडेड है हमारी फील्ड में क्लैरिफिकेशन, वो भी दे दिया यहाँ पर. ओके, तो बेसिकली आपने मेंशन करा था ना कि आर्ट थेरेपी और थेरेप्यूटिक के बीच में डिफरेंस. सो मतलब डे टू डे लाइफ में कैसे एक पर्सन थेरेप्यूटिकली, एंड पहली बात तो ये क्लैरिफाई करना ज़रूरी है कि थेरेपी और थेरेप्यूटिक फीलिंग्स क्या होती है, उनके बीच में डिफरेंस क्या होता है.
ठीक है, that's a really good question. I think that will help a lot of people understand as well, क्योंकि मुझे मेरे DM में भी बहुत सारे questions आते हैं कि आर्ट थेरेपी को डेली लाइफ में कैसे यूज़ करें. नाउ एक एग्जांपल से हम अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं पहले डिफरेंस क्या है. थेरेपी इज समथिंग दैट हेल्प्स यू इन दैट गिव्स यू अ स्पेस वेयर यू कैन बी योरसेल्फ एंड यू हैव समवन हु कैन गाइड यू थ्रू द प्रोसेस. That is something that's going to go a long way. It's a slow process, but it's going to go a long way for you. When we talk about something therapeutic, like I was having a coffee, right? I like coffee. I was having a coffee. I'm having a good time. that's therapeutic for me. That is giving me peace and that is making my emotions to ground for a certain period of time. It's therapeutic, but इसका इफेक्ट इस एक कॉफ़ी का इफेक्ट लॉन्ग टाइम नहीं रहने वाला, एंड दैट इज़ द डिफरेंस कि हम थेरेप्यूटिक चीज़ें अपनी डेली लाइफ में इंडल्ज कर सकते हैं, बट थेरेपी इज़ वेरी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम इट. थेरेपी इज़ अ स्लो प्रोसेस, इज़ अ प्रोसेस दैट gives you a lot of insight, gives you a lot of guidance, but it goes a long way. It's a long run thing, this is a short run thing. That is the difference. अब अपनी लाइफ में कैसे ला सकते हो, ठीक है. जर्नलिंग इज़ अ वेरी गुड थिंग. हाउ आई जर्नल, मैं बेसिकली ड्रॉ करती हूँ. आई हैव अ स्पेस जहाँ मैं ड्रॉ करती हूँ. इफ आई हैव अ कप केक इन अ डे, आई ड्रॉ कप केक एंड राइट दिस इज व्हाट आई एट और समथिंग लाइक दैट. सबका स्टाइल बहुत डिफरेंट हो सकता है जर्नल करने का. हाउ यू आर डूइंग इट कैन बी वेरी डिफरेंट. दिस इज हाउ आई डू इट. आई ड्रॉ इट एंड आई जस्ट लेट इट आउट.
लुक्स वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग.
आई ड्रॉ एवरीथिंग. अगर मैं किसी को हक कर रही हूँ और मुझे वो भी लिखना है, मैं वो भी ड्रॉ करती हूँ, बिकॉज ड्रॉइंग इज माई लैंग्वेज ऑफ एक्सप्रेसिंग. इट इज़ लाइक दैट फॉर मी, राइट. तो जो आपकी लैंग्वेज है, इफ़ यू आर समवन हु लाइक्स टू राइट, write it. If you are someone who enjoys to doodle it. If you are someone who just wants to put it into one words, do it like that. That I hug someone. This is a part of journaling as well. And one confusion जो मैंने बहुत सुना है from people is कि जर्नल कैसे करें. वो ऐसे शुरू होता है ना कि डियर डायरी, अब क्या लिखूँ मैं इसके आगे. इट्स सो कंफ्यूजिंग फॉर अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल. यू डोंट हैव टू डू लाइक दैट. मेंशन 3 थिंग्स जो मैं एक बेसिक अपनी साइड से बताती हूँ कि राइट वन थिंग दैट मेड यू हैप्पी इन अ डे, अ लेसन फ्रॉम अ डे और इमोशंस यू फेल्ट फ्रॉम अ डे. Very straightforward question, but covers your day really well. So that can be a way
Beginner
about
friendly.
Yeah, beginner friendly है बहुत ज़्यादा, and you get into that habit. क्योंकि ये बहुत easy question है. क्योंकि मैंने डियर डायरी वाला हिसाब भी किया है खुद के साथ, बट इट डिडंट वर्क आउट. वो 2-3 दिन के बाद मुझे लगा कि आज तो कुछ किया ही नहीं, तो मैं लिखूँ क्या.
इतना इफेक्टिव नहीं. डियर डायरी इंपॉर्टेंट हो गई थी मेरे लिए.
हाँ, तो वो समझ में आया, एंड दैट हैबिट वो चली गई. तो अब उसको क्रिएटिवली मैं कैसे ला सकती हूँ अपनी लाइफ में कि वो इस तरीके से हो कि मैं लेट आउट भी कर रही हूँ और इन्जॉय भी कर रही हूँ. इज दिस वे फॉर यू टू गो अबाउट. सिमिलरली, इफ यू आर समवन हु फील्स डूडलिंग इज समथिंग दैट दे लाइक, डूडल वट एवर यू आर फीलिंग. ऐसा लग रहा है कि हाँ, कलर्स के साथ खेल के एक्सप्रेस करना है, ड्रॉ लाइन्स, स्टार्ट कलरिंग द लाइन्स, बेसिक एज दैट. अब आप आर्ट को अपनी ज़िंदगी में किस तरीके से इंक्लूड कर रहे हो, दैट इज़ ऑन यू टू डिसाइड. थेरेप्यूटिक कुछ भी हो सकता है जो आपको ग्राउंडेड फील करता है. ज़रूरी नहीं है कि अगर मैं कुछ ड्रॉ करके एक्सप्रेस करती हूँ वो मेरे को ग्राउंड करता है तो आपको भी करेगा. नो, इट कैन बी डिफरेंट फॉर यू. तो उस तरीके से आई थिंक इट वर्क्स.
डेफिनेटली डिफरेंट पैटर्न, जैसे कि किसी को डांस करके अच्छा लगता है, किसी को सॉन्ग सुन के, एक बुक रीड करके, डिफरेंट टेक्निक्स और डिफरेंट आपके के लिए क्या वर्क करता है. बट एज यू मेंशन थेरेप्यूटिक लाइक और थेरेपी के बीच में डिफरेंस है कि थेरेप्यूटिक आपको एक एस्केपिज्म या फिर एक शॉर्टर ड्यूरेशन के लिए आपको उस मोमेंट पे हैप्पी करेगा जो आपको काम डाउन कर सकता है मे बी. बट थेरेपी इज़ वेरी मच नेसेसरी. वो आपको एक लॉन्गर ड्यूरेशन के आपको हील काइंड ऑफ आपके जो चीज़ें हैं अनरिजॉल्व्ड है वो एक थेरेपिस्ट ही कर सकता है. आप पर्सनली नहीं कर सकते.
हाँ, क्योंकि हम थेरेपी होती भी वंस इन अ वीक है, राइट.
तो मैनी स्टूडेंट्स वांटेड टू नो कि मतलब व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट स्कोप इन आर्ट थेरेपी, व्हाट आर द एजुकेशन पार्ट इन आर्ट थेरेपी एंड हाउ डू वी मेक अ करियर आउट ऑफ आर्ट थेरेपी.
Okay, I think this is something that is very much needed because you'll find n number of diplomas today. As I mentioned before as well, there's no licensing body that gives you license specifically for art therapy. They give you license for expressive therapies. When we talk about expressive therapy, art therapy comes in, dance movement comes in, it's an umbrella term, and poetry, writing, theatre, all these comes in. You basically get to learn bits of everything, okay. They give you that certification comes for UNESCO. But art therapy specifically, there's no licensing body in India for art therapy, very specifically, okay. Another major thing is I would not the pathway that I recommend to the people I mentor as well is decide what you really want. It's not a small investment to make. First of all, it will take at least 20-30K or even more as well. More as well, and it's going to be a big investment. Think about it. Attend a workshop kind of a thing, like introduction to art therapy workshop, that is maybe a 2-day or 1-day workshop. I do it myself as well to give students an idea what art therapy is and if this is something that you really want in your life or not. And when I do that, That workshop will cost you for 1500 or 2000 maximum if I am going about it. That's a good investment to understand if this is something that you want. क्योंकि if you directly invest in a diploma, बहुत बड़ी investment है, and if you don't like it at the end of the day or if you don't learn it, it's a waste of money, right?
Yes, definitely.
So understand if that is something that you really want. I am telling you the path specifically for art therapy because that is the experience that I have had. Go look for a diploma. Now when you look for a diploma, don't look for the certification they are giving you. Look for who the person is, what kind of work that they do, what kind of education quality they are going to provide you, and what kind of practical exposure they are going to provide you, rather than the certification that you're going to get. Okay, certificate will not come handy in the end of the day. It's your skill that's going to come handy, so focus on that rather than the certificate that you're going to get. Okay, look for someone who have been working, who have good grasp of art therapy, who is very experienced and who can give you that understanding of art therapy. When you complete a certain diploma, go for a supervision. Like in therapy, you go for pro bono supervision. You understand how to do therapy, do pro bono in art therapy as well, under an art therapist who will guide you how to do sessions. Because similarly, you are creating a very same space that you create for a client in talk therapy. You are creating a very similar space in art therapy as well. So do pro bono, understand, be confident, and then apply it. Because that is the ethical way to go about it. So learn from an expert and then move on to indulging it in your practice. That is a way that I suggest to everyone who comes in. I myself have worked, I completed my diploma. A lot of questions that I get regarding my diploma as well. My diploma was something that was very a base level diploma, you would call. I did my research, but yeah, I understood that the diploma is not something that is enough for me to practice it in my practice. So after diploma, I worked under art therapists. I understand what it is. I still learn from art therapists. I still look for people who can give me more guidance in art therapy. My learning has not stopped yet. I'm still figuring out कि और कहाँ से सीखूँ, और कहाँ से मैं अपनी skills को refine कर सकती हूँ ताकि मैं अपने clients की help कर सकूँ at the end of the day. And I think that is very important. जब तक आप खुद एक बहुत strong learning नहीं अपने लिए बना लोगे, you cannot give that space to the client, right? So I think that's a way, educational path that I would suggest to everyone watching.
What are the biggest challenge as a psychologist or an art therapy practitioner you faced in your career?
I think this is a very long. This has going to be the very long answer. But बहुत सारे challenges specifically in India, बहुत सारे challenges ऐसे हैं जो relatable भी हैं. Understanding the scope of psychology before I get into the field is something that मुझे लगता है कि हर किसी को वो struggle रहा है to figure out कि कैसा है. Although अब तो बहुत सारे spaces हैं online, बहुत सारे guiding ideals हैं आप सबके पास जिनको you can ask and they can help you out in any way. But at that time कुछ ऐसा था नहीं. I couldn't understand and I think वो figure out करना was very difficult. ऐसे ही moving forward, education, I came from a non-psychology background, so understanding the basic of psychology, वो करके फिर आगे बढ़ना in the masters, in the bachelors, that was also a little bit difficult, but I would say with that good focus, you can definitely do that. Being a therapist, again, it's very different in the books that we read, the documents that we read. It's very different in real life. तो वो फिगर आउट करना कि मास्टर्स के बाद निकल के कुछ करना या उससे पहले ही प्रो बोनो स्टार्ट करना, प्रो बोनो कैसे स्टार्ट करना, सुपरवाइजर कैसे ढूंढना, सुपरविजन कितनी तरह की होती है, किसको कैसे ढूंढना, बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस थे. एंड आई थिंक दैट वाज अ वेरी डिफ़िकल्ट स्पेस क्योंकि वो फिगर आउट करने में ही मुझे बहुत टाइम लग गया कि किस तरीके से करना है, क्या एथिकल वे है करने की. एंड नाउ आई थिंक उसकी वजह से ही क्योंकि वो डिफ़िकल्टी मुझे हुई थी, आई गिव मेंटरिंग सेशन स्पेसिफिकली फॉर प्रो बोनो एज वेल, जिसमें एक सेशन में यू गेट दीज डाउट्स क्लियर कि ऐसे ऐसे कर सकते हो. ऑब्वियसली आई एम नॉट गोना गिव यू अ सुपरवाइजर या उसमें मैं ऐसा कुछ नहीं करती हूँ, बट आई जस्ट गाइड यू क्योंकि कुछ क्वेश्चन ऐसे थे जो मेरे साथ मैंने पर्सनली फेस किए, जो मुझे बहुत सॉल्व करने में टाइम लगा, तो आई जस्ट गिव यू दैट हेल्प एंड आई मेंटर यू अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट, बिकॉज आई फील दैट वाज द बिगेस्ट चैलेंज दैट आई हैड, क्योंकि जब तक मैंने वो फिगर आउट नहीं किया था where I am today, how I am today in the therapy sessions as a therapist, that wouldn't have been possible अगर मैं वो figure out नहीं करती. And I think it's very important for everyone to figure that out at certain point of time. Now you have people who can help you figure out, so advantage लो.
हाँ please.
Ask them.
Yeah.
That is another thing that I felt. And इसके अलावा I think we all know RCI. RCI has
Dear ICI.
Dear RCI has been giving us a lot of troubles as well.
Definitely.
But yeah, it's again same thing. I would say we have people, you can ask them questions and you can figure things out on your own as well. Now you have ChatGPT, Google, a lot of resource on psychology, not only on Instagram but on YouTube as well. You guys are shooting this podcast. I think इस पॉडकास्ट से भी बहुत लोगों को will get that clarity.
That's the purpose of this podcast कि बहुत बच्चों को जितनी क्लैरिटी और जितना गैप है बैचलर्स मास्टर्स या साइकोलॉजी में, बहुत जगह गैप्स क्लियर नहीं हुए, वो फिल होंगे. दैट्स द पर्पस ऑफ दिस पॉडकास्ट.
आई फील इट्स जस्ट कि आप कितना यूटिलाइज कर रहे हो द सोर्सेज, किस तरीके से यूटिलाइज कर रहे हो और कहाँ यूटिलाइज कर रहे हो. दैट्स समथिंग दैट मैटर्स अ लॉट एंड I think that will give you a lot of clarity. But ये challenges कुछ थे जो I faced personally, and I have a certain experience out of this. I make a lot of content around the experience so that you have that helpful space also.
Definitely. And it must be a learning process क्योंकि आपके एक्सपीरियंस से बहुत लोग लर्न करते हैं. So I feel like ये questions होने भी बहुत important है as an aspiring psychologist. So do have these questions, guys. So how do you combine psychology and art? Like दोनों बहुत different चीज़ें हैं, उनको combined आपने कैसे करा?
Okay. Again, it is a journey that started with art being art, psychology being psychology.
Yes.
So one thing that I want to put out there is expressive therapies and there's art therapy. Expressive therapy is an umbrella term and art therapy comes under that term. Okay. In India, there is no licensing body for art therapy. Let me be very brutal about it. How I indulge art therapy is we understand that there is a certain part of us that needs a space for us to let out whatever we are feeling. That's where art comes in. Language itself has a certain level of barrier attached to it. There are specific number of words that we can use, right? But when we talk about art, it does not have that limit, basically. It goes out of limit and we can just express ourselves in whatever manner that we feel is working out for us. And I think that's how I combine art therapy in my practice. When we talk about therapy, the initial step is to build a rapport with the person who is sitting in front of us, right? And when you have to build that rapport with the person, you have to make that person feel very comfortable. And I use art therapy or art specifically in that initial step because it will give the person a safe space to explore and be comfortable at least.
Definitely.
So that we can move out from there. And that is something that is one way I use art therapy very, very much in my sessions clearly. Another thing can be just you innovating something out of yourself कि इस तरीके से I can use it in my session, इस तरीके से. It's very different with every individual. As we talk about therapy itself, कि therapy looks very different for every individual.
Yes.
So similarly, art therapy is like that as well. It will look very different for a person. For example, you. If I do it with you, it will look very different with you, and with another person, it will be very different. Your perspective, if there's a painting and you see it, your perspective is going to be very different. My perspective is going to be very different.
Definitely.
So that is the beauty of it. I think it just gels into the sessions that I have. I think that's something how I practice psychology and art therapy together somehow in my sessions.
Definitely, I can relate to one of the part which you said, like, so I went to this art gallery which happened in my university, and when I explored it, the artist had something else to say. When I gave my perspective towards गए थे उधर, मेरा भी perspective अलग था, and the artist had सो वो इतना व्यू चेंज करता है, इतना पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू चेंज करता है. एज अ साइकोलॉजी स्टूडेंट वो पता डार्क पेंटिंग थी, तो आई सॉ अ किड क्राइंग एंड उनका कुछ और ही था. एंड आई वॉज लाइक कि मैं इमोशन से रिलेट कर रही हूँ, बट एज एन आर्टिस्ट दे आर नॉट रिलेटिंग विद कलर पैटर्न. सो वो बहुत डिफरेंस है. सो इवन इफ यू आर टेकिंग आर्ट थेरेपी, इट्स क्वाइट डिफरेंट बीइंग इन आर्ट स्टूडियो और आर्ट प्रैक्टिस. बहुत डिफरेंस है, बहुत है.
See, in general life also, if I am seeing sky, it is a very, it will have sky में कितने सारे clouds होते हैं. कभी कभी लगता है ना कि शेप बन रही है ना, मैं कुछ और शेप देखूंगी उसे, तुम कुछ और शेप देखोगे. आई थिंक not only art, your life works like that also. You'll see a situation in a perspective that another person may not see it, may or may not see it. So I think it's just the perspective that we have. And कुछ defined perspective हमें दिए गए हैं lives में कि sky needs to be blue, sky needs to be like this, or some other perspective जो बहुत ज़्यादा rigid है. But art gives you that space जहाँ पे rigidity exit करती है and you are more flexible with what you are creating for yourself, how you are creating it for yourself,
Definitely.
and how you are looking it as well.
Yes,
So I think
yes.
वो flexibility मिलती है art में.
डेफिनेटली. सो यू नो व्हाट रियली हेल्प्स आपके पिछले क्वेश्चन से, इफ़ यू कैन गाइड अ रोड मैप आउट ऑफ इट, एक रोड मैप बता दो कि आर्ट थेरेपी कैसे स्टूडेंट्स कर सकते हैं.
Okay. Some essential steps. I'm going to go with those steps. Number one, it's very important for you to figure out if this is something that you really want. How do you figure out? Reach out to art therapist. Attend workshops that is only about the introduction to art therapy. Reach out to people who are already in the field and understand if that is something that you really want or not. Number two, look out for a space from where you can learn. It can be a diploma, cannot be a diploma, can be a person guiding you throughout the way, an experienced person. Again, the same thing comes. Certificate पे ज़्यादा focus मत करना. The person who is teaching you उस पे focus करना. क्या पढ़ाएंगे, कैसा पढ़ाएंगे, quality and everything. Number three, get supervised under an art therapist. Learn and make mistakes. Learn out of your mistakes and go about it from there. And gain that exposure. Understand how you apply it in your practice. And I think after that you're good to go. I think these are some essential steps that I want you guys to take care of.
डेफिनेटली एंड आई होप इट हेल्प्स. अच्छा, बैचलर्स या मास्टर्स में आर्ट थेरेपी का कुछ है क्या?
Okay, you can do masters in art therapy. So another very good questions that you have brought up. There's a difference. Why do I call myself art therapy practitioner? I don't have a master's in art therapy. I'm not an art therapist. You have a master's in art therapy. You are an art therapist. Until and unless you don't have that, you are not an art therapist. You are an art therapy practitioner. Someone who have learned art therapy and practice it, not fully, but in their space. Okay, that's the major difference. In India, there are very few universities. I think only 1 or 2 universities that gives you masters in art therapy. I don't remember the name. If I do, I'll tell you. You can put it there.
Yeah, definitely.
But I am not sure of the names right now. मुझे याद नहीं आ रहे. But हाँ, बहुत limited number of universities gives you that masters in art therapy, and the seats again are very limited as well. If you are someone who explores कि हाँ art therapy चाहिए ही चाहिए and उसको एक step और ऊपर लेके जाना है, you can do that and you can go for PhD in art therapy as well. Specific नहीं मिलेगी इंडिया में. Indulge it with psychology and then maybe create a research proposal if someone wants to be your guide and they are okay with it, you can move forward from there as well.
Definitely. So do take these steps seriously. It would definitely guide you and help you out with your life in art therapy if you are planning to take. So I really hope कि ये एक clear guidance और clear picture इंटरेक्ट करता है लोगों को कि आर्ट थेरेपिस्ट कैसे होते हैं और कैसे उनको रोड मैप कैसे होता है. आई रियली होप दिस हेल्प्स. सो कमिंग टू द साइकोलॉजिकल पार्ट, लाइक साइकोलॉजी फील्ड हर दिन ऑन अ डेली बेसिस चेंज हो रही है, स्पेसिफिकली आफ्टर लॉकडाउन. 4 साल में जो साइकोलॉजी फील्ड में स्टूडेंट्स इंक्रीज हुए, सब हुए. तो डू यू थिंक हाउ डू वन कीप अप विद द ट्रेंड्स? हाउ डज वन कमेंट ऑन इट?
Really good question. I think how you keep up with trends, everything is changing. That's fine. Keep up with trends, read research articles. Reading is very crucial. Read as much as you can. There are so many self-help books and I think self-help books gives you that insight जो होती है हमारे mind में, but it just needs to click in. That is something that personally has happened to me. There's a very good book. दिस इज़ हाउ यू हील व्हेन यू आर रेडी. आई एम नॉट श्योर कि मैं सही नाम ले रही हूँ, बट इट्स वेरी सिमिलर ऑन दीज लाइन्स. आई लव दैट बुक क्योंकि इतनी अच्छी इंसाइट्स है उस बुक में, एंड दैट इज़ अ गुड एग्जाम्पल ऑफ हाउ अ सेल्फ हेल्प बुक शुड बी. And from the same writer, I am reading another book right now, The Mountain Is You. And I think ये जो दो बुक्स हैं, दिस इज़ माई पर्सनल सजेशन कि हाँ मैंने बहुत अच्छे रिव्यूज़ सुने हैं. दिस इज़ हाउ यू हील तो मैंने खुद भी पढ़ी है, एंड इट गिव्स यू अ लॉट ऑफ इंसाइट ऑन हाउ यू आर थिंकिंग, व्हाट यू आर थिंकिंग, सम रियलिटी चेक्स एज वेल. एंड आई थिंक यू शुड रीड अ लॉट ऑफ दीज बुक्स एज वेल, क्योंकि थ्योरीज पढ़ने के बाद भी रियलिस्टिक अप्रोचेस पढ़ना बहुत ज़रूरत है. रियलिटी में चल क्या रहा है वो पढ़ना बहुत ज़रूरी है. ट्रेंड जो मैं देख सकती हूँ, सर्टिफिकेट होल्डिंग का जो एक ट्रेंड नया चल रहा है आजकल, बट हाँ यू वांट टू एक्सप्लोर मोर, यू वांट टू लर्न व्हाट इज़ देयर इन द फील्ड, एक्सप्लोर इट, बट डू इट एट अ कॉस्ट, क्योंकि एट द एंड ऑफ द डे इट्स योर मनी दैट यू गोना पुट इन. उस तरीके से करना. सब कर रहे हैं, ज़रूरी नहीं है आपको भी करना है. दैट इज़ समथिंग दैट आई पर्सनली बिलीव इन. एंड आई ऑल्सो फील दैट हाँ ट्रेंड बहुत सारे हैं. Read about it, read more, how much you can read, refer to self-help books. I personally love self-help books. I was a fiction person, but now I have moved to a self-help book. I am a self-help book kind of person now.
Me too.
And I think that really helps. And जो preach कर रहे हो उसे practice भी करो. We preach self-care. You preach a lot of different things as a psychologist, तो उसे practice भी खुद करना. I think थोड़ा वो भी अपने लाइफ में डालो.
डेफिनेटली डेफिनेटली. वन थिंग यू सेड कि साइकोलॉजिस्ट, एस्पायरिंग साइकोलॉजिस्ट दूसरों के लिए बहुत हेल्प करते हैं, अनकॉन्शियसली और कॉन्शियसली वो हेल्प कर देते हैं, हल्की सी गाइडेंस दे देते हैं. पर जब खुद के में आता है तो बहुत सारा सेल्फ डाउट्स वगैरह आ जाता है. जो आई फील लाइक यू गाइज आपने एंटर करा इस फील्ड में दूसरों को हेल्प करने के लिए, और टेकन हेल्प आप दूसरों के लिए कर रहे हो तो अपने लिए भी थोड़ा सा
करना ज़रूरी है.
इट्स वेरी नेसेसरी.
बिकॉज आई पर्सनली फील आई हैव हैड मैनी इश्यूज इन माई लाइफ एज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग. आई हैव हैड मैनी सिचुएशंस जिसको मैं सही तरीके से नहीं डील कर पाई. आई ऑलवेज से वन थिंग, you can justify what you are feeling, but you cannot justify how you are behaving with that feeling. That's on you to decide how you are reacting in a way in a certain situation. And उसके लिए therapy gives you such a good space. मैंने खुद therapy इस चीज़ के लिए ली है, because I had anger concerns in my personal life as well, and I think मेरा reaction was something that was not justifiable for me as well, and therapy gave me a space where I could understand how I can channelize my emotion better, and that's why we say therapists need therapy too, because we are also human at the end of the day. We need that space for ourselves, our emotions as well. We need that unwiring for ourselves as well.
हाँ. And like unwiring जैसे बोला, even my therapist told me कि untangle करना जब तक आप खुद से नहीं करोगे तब तक आप दूसरों की मतलब आप कहीं ना कहीं रिलेट करते जाओगे, कहीं ना कहीं आप अपने आप को पुट इन करते जाओगे.
Yes.
It's very necessary, right?
Yeah. जो सेल्फ केयर हम बोलते हैं वो करना भी ज़रूरी है.
प्लीज़ करो अपने लिए भी, बिकॉज यू आर ऑल्सो ह्यूमन एंड यू रिक्वायर्ड इट एज लाइक अदर्स, राइट? So like it's the end, it's a conclusion of today's podcast, and coming to the end, many students and many even psychologists have a doubt that social media में presence कितनी important है in our life, rather than being on the platform like LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, कितना important है?
I think this is a question that I have talked about बहुत बार, and I always say it is something that puts in some value in your work, but it is not a necessity. Okay, everyone tries to be on social media, LinkedIn, forcing themselves to post. I have had conversation with so many therapists कि हाँ करना पड़ता है, मन नहीं करता, सोच सोच के कि क्या पोस्ट करूँ, कैसे पोस्ट करूँ. There is that pressure that is coming कि हाँ it's okay, it's good to have that it's good to have that space for yourself, it's good to create your presence on social media, but it's not necessary. You don't have to put all the pressure on yourself. Being a therapist, you have to take care of sessions, you have to take care of notes and all the back end work, the research and everything. Don't add this as another pressure for yourself. Rather, what you can do is you can create an opportunity for psychology students. You can hire someone who loves creating content, who is interested in content writing, but also wants a therapist to guide them in the way. You can be a guiding light for that person. You can hire the person. They can create content for you and keep your online presence alive. But at the same time, you don't have to worry about it. What's coming up next? What should I post next? What should I make reel on?
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
And also, I feel it is a great way of giving that opportunity to a student as well, क्योंकि there are already some areas where students are looking for कि हम थोड़ा सा कहाँ से earn कर सकते हैं, a little bit stipend. You are creating a earning space for the students, but at the same time you are relieving the pressure from yourself as well, and at the same time you're creating a social media space for yourself.
Definitely.
So I think it's not necessary. It can add to your presence, but it's not necessary. So don't take that pressure on yourself. Rather, just look out for ways in which you can get other people to help you in the process, and you are creating a job opportunity for them. So go about it like that if you are someone who don't enjoy content creation, because you don't need another pressure on your shoulders. You have a lot of work to do aside from this as
Definitely. And being in a psychologist student, बहुत कुछ होता है. So that's why I started, because ये opportunity थी नहीं और अभी तक है नहीं. So I started with CS Spray and the community. I am not working alone. मेरे साथ एक पूरी team है, community है, and they love to work क्योंकि उनको ऊपर अकेला individual pressure नहीं होता. So definitely, if you are interested as a student, you can join our platform. We provide that voluntarily या फिर जैसे भी आपको करना है, and you will get that exposure also, and you will get that guidance from our psychologist. So this is very interesting.
And I think it's very interesting. It relieves your pressure as a psychologist, and it also gives a student an opportunity to learn from someone who is already in the field. उनसे पूछ लो कि क्या tips and tricks है. They'll guide you in the way, right? So I have an intern of my own as well. I recently hired, and I'm really excited that I could hire someone and I could just guide the person through the process. And I think it gives you some relieve your pressure, some pressure, and it gives the space to the other person to learn and grow as well while earning a little bit for themselves. Okay.
Yeah, that's really great. Awesome. Honestly, it has been a colorful session with you. Definitely. So thank you for coming to this podcast, Sanjeevani. It was great having you on the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. I think ये space बहुत ज़रूरी था to let out the information, and it was lovely talking to you. All the best for this podcast, because that is a great way of reaching out to students, giving them a space जिससे उनको help होगा. So that is a really good work that you are doing, and I really enjoyed having this conversation with you.
Definitely, me too. I've learned a lot from this podcast, specifically about art therapy and about psychology field as growing. Yes. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you stay tuned with the next episode of CS Spray. Until then, live, love, and learn psychology.
Thank you.